Troy ATXRC Productions here. We got a GoPro Hero 4, black, brand new. And I have a 5.4 millimeter lens right here. This is just a IR cut straight off of eBay. I'd like to say I got this from Nolan at PeauProductions, but it was before I hooked up with them and started looking at their products. So I actually already installed a 4.35 millimeter PeauProductions GoPro lens in the camera above, which is filming the table. So I've actually already utilized the PeauProductions lens, and so that lens is going to make its way into the Hero 4, but I got really impatient and I decided to pull the 5.4 out of my 3 Plus black and drop in the 4.35 so I could do a comparison video that's already on the channel. And then now I'm even more impatient and decided that instead of going the route of a full teardown of the GoPro, I'm going to do that down the road when I do a waterproofing of it. We'll do that later. But I'm going to go ahead and do the quick and easy method on the GoPro 4. I didn't want to at first because my first time attempting the quick and easy method, I did leave a few little marks that, I mean, it's not a big deal, but I know some guys don't want to leave any marks. So for that, this is not your video, guys. This is a quick how-to on popping off the outer rings, unscrewing the lens, and doing it in a somewhat crude way. I don't have the padded foam clamps, so we're going to be hoping not to damage the lens the way that we're going to take it out. But quick and easy, so literally you can do this lens change in 3 to 5 minutes, typically, if you know what you're doing. And then down the road, we'll go ahead and do a PeauProductions one possibly. So, but it's the exact same install. It doesn't really matter. The only difference, and I will point out now, is I do have Teflon tape on this one. People will tell you don't need the Teflon tape. It depends on if you have the little rubber grommets or not. I did not have the grommets when I got this lens. One of the things about getting a lens, you know, budget value lens, is you're not going to get everything you need to install it. I used the Teflon tape install method. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a Phillips screwdriver. I'm sorry, not a Phillips, a flathead screwdriver, a very thin, small one. This one's actually been ground down a little bit. You want to get as small as you can. I actually will use this, in fact, instead. I didn't think about it. So we're going to utilize even smaller. And there's all kinds of little tiny flatheads you can use. If you really don't have one and you really should go get something, man, for working on GoPros or anything, this little eyeglass keychain one, it's actually got screwdrivers inside, so they're really helpful. Me, I'm going to use this. I'm actually going to give myself as much leverage as I can. So you're going to use the tip of the screwdriver to pry up a couple of points all the way around. There's 4. I'm going to start at the lower one because that's the one I always usually start at. And again, guys, you might do a little bit of damage. It's all up to you as to how gentle you are with this. It's just a little clip, so you just kind of wedge the very tip of your screwdriver in there. It's almost at the 6 o'clock position. There it goes. So I just snapped that one up. It's actually like at the 5:45 position-ish. And it actually also popped up the one on the other edge. So you can just work yourself around until it pops off. So this ring, keep. Now again, you can see, yes, I did very slight little, you can see a little itty bitty silver speck at the top too where I actually clipped it. But I mean, look, if you want that gone before you put it all back together, just take a little black marks a lot, man, and mark it and you'll clear it up. So there is now another ring that is on the outside of the lens. However, very tricky to get to it. There you go. So you're gonna also do the same thing, just kind of press up. Other side. Oh, you don't want to damage your LCD, so don't bang on the LCD, guys. All right. Take the ring off. It appears to be glued on this 4. On my 3 Plus, I don't remember it being glued. There it goes. The lens itself has, yeah, it looks like it was. Yep, it was glued around the outside. Okay. Now, it's possible to leave this on, I believe, and unscrew everything, but for me, this is the deal. I'm going to do my best to not damage this lens because, first of all, it's worth some money. If you want to resell it, you could probably sell it. I don't know. I don't even know how much. But 50 bucks maybe? Maybe a little less. I don't know. People are cracking their GoPro lenses all the time. So, not only that, but I mean, if I ever want to resell the camera and I want to resell it with a little bit more value, I can include the original lens, or I could resell it with the lens in and keep the other lens, the 4.35, for another camera. So, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do my best, but I personally don't care about this lens. So, again, if you want to do this the correct way without damaging the lens, this is not the way to do it, okay? Not the way to do it. Let me use some pliers. I know. But this is what we're going to do. So I have them fully adjusted as wide as possible for a reason. I don't want to get too much clamp force on them, and I also want as flat of a surface. And I'm utilizing these little itty bitty curved areas to try to grip the ring. All right, so I've just got it, and I've got it held in there. And I'm just going to be gentle. And I'm going to get a little bit of pressure on the lens, but I'm not. There it goes. All right. Oh. Be careful. If you care about your lens, this is not the way to do it again, guys. There we go. Whew. All right. So I got that turning. I really wish GoPro just wouldn't glue the lens on these, man. As much money they pay them, and they know people are changing lenses out. Just leave the lens in there with a grommet. All right. Now, before you get this lens out, and again, I'll show you, I did damage, I don't know if you can see, but right around the outer edge, it's a little bit of scuff. The lens itself is still there. It's nice and on there. There's no issues with it. The little ring that we took off originally masks any of that damage, just so you know. Look. Take it apart, do it the right way, okay? If you want to do it the right way, do it the right way. I'm not saying this is the wrong way, but it's the easy way. So, here we are. We now have the lens, and I can tell it's almost to the outer edge. So, before you take it out, make sure your surface in your area and everything is nice and clean, okay? Not a lot of dust in the area. Turn any fans off, any ventilation. I would do all of these things before... Honestly, before getting the 5.4 or the other lens out and letting it sit out. Dust and all that stuff is going to settle on it. Before you start removing that lens, have this lens ready to go in. So double check that it's nice and clean. The IR filter is not, got any smudges on it or anything. If you need to clean it because you touched it or got something on it, that's fine. No chemicals, no Windex, no nothing, okay? Just your little rag that comes with all your GoPros and all your other lenses. Use it and just nicely buff it. Wash your hands when you use those rags. Your oils from your fingers get into the rag very easily and can easily keep smudging it. And you're like, why does it keep doing that? Well, it's because your finger on the other side is dirty. So clean it off. Mine's nice and clear. Make sure there's no dust. Canned air is great, but blow away. Do not blow stuff. Like, don't blow around the outside of your lens housing, because any dust there is going to actually go into the cracks and get further in. So I don't want you to blow dust or blow canned air there. Blow it over here if you need to, but I don't even usually use canned air. I just dust it off. So I'm ready with this one. And we're going to finish unscrewing the stock one. So stock is out. 5.4 going in. Alright, one thing to be careful about with this thread tape is, and make sure nothing fell in there. This is the first time I've done a GoPro 4, and like I said, this seemed a little glued. I actually just noticed that a chip fell off. Be careful these don't fall off inside. So upside down, get these little chips of glue. Double check that nothing fell on the sensor inside. That's where, if you have to do canned air, that's where you would do it is, whoa. All right. Yeah, there was like little piece of glue right here, here, and here. So I noticed that catching on a piece of Teflon tape, and it actually tore the tape. So I'm going to remove. I'm actually going to pull the tape off. All right. And if you use this Teflon tape, do not go too low, because as you screw it in, it's going to tear it, and it's going to make it come around on the inside of the lens, and you're going to have to unscrew it and do it all. So leave yourself a little gap. I also had a little too much on there. It started coming off, so make sure that it's nice and thick and or thin and tight. So here we go. Lens back in. There we go. And we're going to screw this bad boy in. So I'm not going to screw it all the way down because I don't have a focal system set up right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the camera and a HDMI cable over here, and we're going to just do some focusing real quick, and we'll see where we're at. Cool. That's how you change a GoPro lens. I know it took 10-15 minutes here, but you can do it in 3 to 5 if you know what you're doing. So popping lenses in and out at this point is not a big deal. I just pop that outer ring off, unscrew, screw in. In another video, I'll show you guys what my method is going to be for keeping up with how to basically quick focus all of these with being able to change them in and out. So I have a quick tip on that later. But that's how to do a lens change. Cool. So next, focusing. All right, so got the lens in. It is definitely not 100% focused though. As you can see, it looks kind of funky. It may not, I don't know if you can see. So what you do is after you get the lens in, you start turning it to dial in the focus. And if you turn it too far, it starts becoming unfocused. So like I said, it's out of focus right now, so the lens is in, and we're going to just basically focus on something. I'm focusing on something about 30 feet away for now, and then we'll do an outside focus. And there. It's focused for indoors, so now we'll turn our attention to the outdoor focal point. And I'm good with that. Pretty focused. Alright, so that is our 5.4 lens install. So we got the focus done on the GoPro with the lens changed. So now we pop on the ring for the outside again. It just clips right in place. And then you can actually put the ring back on the outside if you'd like. However, it's just going to kind of flop in there. So, funny story is, though I'll just leave it in there for looks. I don't know if you could even see that. The foam ring I have here is actually from inside. I stuffed it in there to kind of keep the vibration down, which I'll do again later, but I'm going to be switching this back out. But that is a 5.4 millimeter lens swap on a GoPro Hero 4 Black. Or any GoPro Hero if you want to do it this cheap, quick, fast way. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching ATXRC Productions lens swap. Thanks. Look.